Hi, welcome to Stock Takes. We're going to go through how to do an annual stock take. So let's first create our stock take. Here we can give it a name, select the location it's for which store. We can then decide how we want to scan. So by default, we require each individual item to be scanned. That's the most accurate, but not necessarily the quickest. You can see what this would look like on this video. So you can see we scan and then confirm each item. We can untick this and then we'll be able to enter a quantity when we scan. You can see now when we scan, we can enter a quantity. This speeds up the stock take, maintains that balance of speed and accuracy, so you can decide how your stock take runs. The next option is whether the team can view the total counts on point of sale and make edits to them. We'd always recommend leaving this on. And lastly, we can decide if we want to allow the stock take to be actioned on point of sale or not. When we action a stock take, this is where we go and update the inventory in Shopify. So you can decide if you want this only available via Shopify admin, or if you want to let the team on point of sale do it. Lastly, we have the option to count only specific products, but we'll get that into a separate video. Let's create the stock take. Once that's created, we can see it here. We can see it's not started, and we can go over to point of sale on the right-hand side of my screen, and we can join it. You can see we've got the stock takes tile already added. This will show us the list of stock takes at our location. So we won't be able to look at any stock takes at other locations, only what we're signed in at. You can see our stock take here. From here we can join it. If you've got an external scanner, that will be able to scan on this page. For example, a Bluetooth scanner, a hardware scanner, or socket scanner, or you can use the camera. If you're unable to scan, you can click this button at the top and always search for an item. You can do this by product name, SKU, or barcode. Select the snowboard that matches, and then we can enter the quantity because we did this when we created the stock take. Save that to stock take. You'll see it shows you what you last scanned, and you can continue adding items. For example, we can then go and add another type, and so on. If you're running checks for your stock take, and you want to confirm that an item's been checked but you've got none in stock, you have the option to do that here with confirm none are in stock, and then you'll be able to see the differences in our reports later. If someone's made a mistake, you can always go back into the stock take, click view current counts, and here you'll be able to see what's been last scanned. This will show you the total across all the devices that are scanning into the stock take with the most recent items at the top. We can then go in and make an edit if we need to. From there, we can go and run a report. So once we've finished scanning in and we're happy we've counted all the items, we can then go run a report for the stock take. So if we go to report and export, we have a number of reports available. The most important one for an annual account will be this compare against stock levels, so we can select that. Here we can search and select our stock takes, so we'll select that one. And then we can decide how we want to compare it. So we can compare just the products that have been scanned, all products at a location, or we can filter it down by tag, vendor, or product type. As it's an annual account, let's select everything at the location and hit send. That will send us an email report where we'll be able to automatically compare in quantity and in cost the differences between what's been scanned in and what's currently available in Shopify. We can run those checks, make any edits we need to on point of sale, or scan any additional items in. And once we're happy, we can then go and action the stock take. So let's go view the stock take. We can see the stock take's now in progress, and we have this action button. Here we can go in and we can select how this changes our inventory in Shopify. So we can add the stock. This will increase the quantities in Shopify by what's been scanned in. We can remove the stock. This will decrease the quantities in Shopify by what's been scanned. We can set the stock level. This will change the quantities in Shopify for the products that have been scanned and only those quantities. It won't affect anything else. Or if you're doing an annual account, the last option is probably the one that you want. So you can set the stock level and zero inventory for all products not scanned. This will change the current stock levels in Shopify for what's been scanned, and any products that haven't been scanned will be changed to 0. Let's select that. We'll see a warning just to confirm that we want to proceed. That will now go and change the stock in the background. You'll see it changes to actioning. And when this is complete, you'll get an email confirming that. And that's how we do an annual stock take.